Hey everyone, so I just wanted to provide some sort of an update for a challenge that I issued out some time back. So I think it was around 1.5 to 2 months ago. Essentially, I posted something on my community tab on my YouTube channel. I'm basically soliciting all the different predictions for Alibaba's closing price at the end of this year, which is on the 31st of December 2022. And I'm taking in predictions for the BABA ticker, which is the ADR listed stocks, and just guessing what the price would be on the last bell of this year. So the deadline for the submission is on the 30th of August, and for those of you who know me, you'll know why this date is important to me. And essentially speaking, by the time this video is uploaded, the deadline is already closed, and I actually realized that, hey, there is some sort of a logistical and operational issue, because I do understand that there's been a huge load of scammers or basically people impersonating each other. So I'm not really sure how am I gonna give out the prizes at the end of the year for the whoever that is closest to the price target itself, but we will figure it out. On top of that, I might even issue a subsequent challenge before the year end. And basically, because Alibaba is probably trading in the range of around $80 today, I'm not too sure whether this prediction is still on, but a lot of you do have very optimistic projections for Alibaba. But who knows? The market is essentially a black box. And I presume that if I were to issue the same challenge today at this particular time period, I'm pretty sure if I draw out a histogram or a normal distribution chart of the different predictions, the median or even the mean would be severely discounted because we all kind of have an anchoring bias. So actually one of my main motivations of coming up with this challenge was to really trying to tap onto the wisdom of crowds and to understand what is the current market sentiments surrounding Alibaba and what are the aggregation of all our expectations surrounding the stock price movement itself. And I will definitely share the results in the later part of this video. So for those of you who haven't followed me, haven't subscribed, haven't liked this post and haven't ring the bell notification, I'm not too sure what you're doing. Also, this video is sponsored by Weibo. So I know many of you smart investors out there have already taken advantage of the different sign-up rewards in the past 3 months. But in case you haven't, Weibo recently leveled up their game again. And from now until the 30th of September 2022, every new sign-ups will get up to $130 USD worth of Tesla shares. So I'll leave the link and instructions down below. Essentially, you just need to deposit at least 2,000 Singapore dollars and execute one buy trade of a stock or ETF and one option, and you'll get an 8% ROI from the sign-up rewards. Definitely a lot better than Alibaba. So I'm currently using Weibo for my 15,000 portfolio as well. So don't let this guaranteed deal get away. Link in the description box. I'll probably hold some sort of mini competition again in the later part of this year as well. Probably just as a form of a thank you to all of you who have followed me thus far. With regards to the price, because I did say that the closest prediction will win a prize, probably because of the international nature of the channel itself, I'll probably give out like Apple gift cards or Google Play Store gift cards or something like that. But I think there is an issue with trying to get emails and trying to verify the validity of the person commenting. But we will figure it out. So anyway, I've actually consolidated all your entries in this mini challenge itself. I think there's a total of around 165 entries. So I'd like to thank all of you who participated. And you can see that just using some very simple Excel function, the mean of the estimates for the year-end closing price of Alibaba was 145, the median is 135, and the standard deviation is 46. So why is there such a huge standard deviation? Of course, because there was a huge number of ranges of value that some of you provided. Some of you went to the highs of around 300, 400. And many of you also provided some sort of a balancing act. But it seems like many of you still predict that we will probably close at around 110 to around 150. So that's where majority of the predictions are at. So it kind of serves as a normal distribution curve, if you can see it this way. So I provided a very quick breakdown. It's just some simple Excel formula. This is essentially the histogram in terms of the distribution and your expectations of Alibaba price action. And interestingly, if you were to compare the results of the community, and of course I understand there is the effects of anchoring bias because we are all human beings, And there is also a filtering effect in place because I mostly cover about Alibaba, and most of you know that I'm a huge Alibaba bull. So for those of you who are attracted and subscribed to this channel, you guys are probably some sort of an Alibaba bull as well. So maybe most of us are smoking on hopium or copium, and you might think that Alibaba might moon from here on. But one interesting thought is really, if you really take into account this idea of a mean of 145 and a median of 135, if you were to compare it to analyst estimates of Alibaba, and I think there is a great amount of analysts covering it because it's not a new stock ticker and it's kind of considered the darling of Chinese tech. There are a total of 49 analysts stock price forecasts for the next 12 months. And you can see that, hey, look at the median price prediction, 144. And when we look at our estimates of 165 entries, 145. So we're actually quite close with the different analyst estimates. And sure enough, many of the recommendations are buy, strong buy, outperforming, and currently there are 4 whole recommendations. Of course, we all know we can never trust analyst estimates on this, especially Wall Street, because they are all motivated by different motivations, and we know that how many of them have been absolutely decimated in terms of their expectations in the last 1 to 2 years. When the stock market shows you that low can always go lower, there is no valuations too low. But I think this was just a very interesting perspective to share and to essentially reconcile the different data points that I have. So as of now, Alibaba is trading at around $80. I think in pre-market, it's probably at 79 or something. So if you were to look at my current portfolio distribution, I will probably release another portfolio update because of the volatile nature. My entire portfolio is moving crazily and wildly due to Alibaba stock price fluctuation as well. As you can see, based on the cost basis, my Alibaba position makes up around 71% of my portfolio, and currently I do have a cost price of around $140, and I'm 42% down on this position. So yes, if you guys are interested to know more about my portfolio, I have been rather transparent in terms of my holdings. I think it actually do a disservice if I'm not transparent with my positions. And whenever I talk about a particular position, I want you to know that I am probably biased and I have vested interest in some of the stock tickers. And of course, I do share my opinions on other stock tickers or other companies when I don't have a position. So that's some sort of a distinction, and I think transparency is the base level of accountability, at least in the social media space. So I wouldn't review the specifics of my portfolio in this video, but of course if you're interested, remember to subscribe to follow me on this entire journey thus far. So I just wanted to provide you with some interesting perspective and data that I essentially got out from this very mini challenge. So for those of you who missed this first challenge, remember to subscribe and keep a lookout of my community tab. I might have a second challenge coming out, probably doing something different as well. So with that, I'll see you in the next video, but more importantly, I will see you on the moon. Goodbye!
Hold me close till I get up.